Welcome back to Wimbledon Legends of the Lawn, right here on Sports Zone. She didn't just break records, she redefined greatness. She didn't just win matches, she moved generations. Today, we honor a warrior whose journey from the streets of Compton to center court glory is a story of unthinkable power, unshakable resolve, and unapologetic excellence. This is the legend of Serena Williams, the queen who ruled with force, fire, and fierce love for the game. Before she ever set foot on the hallowed center court of Wimbledon, Serena Jamaica Williams was already a storm in the making. A tempest shaped by adversity, resilience, and extraordinary talent. She wasn't born into tennis royalty. She built her kingdom with her bare hands, a racket, and the fire in her soul. This is not just the story of a champion. It is the emotional journey of a black girl from Compton who shook up the whitest lawns in tennis history and made them hers. Serena was born on September 26, 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan, but she was raised in Compton, California. Her father, Richard Williams, had a dream, a vision written out in a 78-page plan before she and her sister Venus could even walk. Compton was no tennis haven. Gunshots sometimes echoed near the cracked public courts. But there, under the California sun, Serena learned the language of forehands, footwork, and fearlessness. Venus was the older star, the beacon. Serena was the shadow, quiet, awkward, often underestimated. Even when I was little, she later said, I knew I was destined to be great. I just had to wait my turn. Serena turned pro at 14. She wasn't the overnight sensation Venus was, but that was okay. She was the hunter. She watched, learned, lost, and came back hungrier. In 1999, at just 17, she won her first Grand Slam at the US Open, defeating world #1s and former champions. The tennis world gasped. Where did she come from? The headline screamed. From grit, from pain, from the streets no one thought could birth champions. Serena didn't just arrive, she announced herself. Wimbledon, however, would require a different kind of fight. Center court, Venus versus Serena. Sister against sister, love against legacy. Serena beat Venus to win her first Wimbledon title, and it broke her heart. That was the most painful joy, she said, because I took something from the person I loved most. It was the first of 7 Wimbledon singles titles Serena would win, tied second only to Martina Navratilova. Her dominance was total, her serve the most feared in history, her footwork balletic, her presence magnetic. But what the audience didn't see was the toll it took. By 2003, Serena held all 4 Grand Slam titles, something she dubbed the Serena Slam. But success didn't soothe her. You win, she once said, and you go back to the hotel room alone. That year, tragedy struck. Her sister Yetunde Price was shot and killed in Compton, just as Serena was preparing for another US Open. The grief broke her. She vanished from the tour. She lost matches. Critics said she was distracted, out of shape, over. They didn't understand, she later reflected. I wasn't just fighting opponents. I was fighting depression, trauma, and guilt. But Serena doesn't stay down. She transforms pain into power. 2009, Serena returned to center court, like a hurricane rediscovering its winds. She defeated Venus again in a glorious final. By then, she'd battled injuries, public criticism, and personal losses. But each return to Wimbledon felt like a resurrection. There's something sacred about this place, she said. It's where I remember who I am. Her 2012 and 2015 Wimbledon titles were particularly special. She was in her 30s. Many doubted she could still dominate. She didn't just prove them wrong, she redefined what it meant to be timeless. Serena's Wimbledon story isn't just about trophies, it's about defiance. She wore beads in her braids. She wore black in a sea of white. She wore curves in a sport obsessed with slim lines. "If I were a man, I'd be considered the greatest athlete ever," she once said. At Wimbledon, she faced more than opponents. She faced subtle racism, double standards, and endless scrutiny. Her body, her outfits, her emotions, her every scream dissected. But Serena never shrank. She walked center court like a queen, every step a statement. "I am not sorry for being powerful." She later nearly died giving birth to her daughter Olympia due to complications and a pulmonary embolism. Many believed her career was over, but Wimbledon wasn't done with her. And she wasn't done with Wimbledon. In 2018 and 2019, she made it to 2 more finals, just 1 title away from Margaret Court's all-time record. She didn't win. But her presence, post-motherhood, post-trauma, was its own victory. "I'm not just playing for me now," she said. "I'm playing for every woman told to quit after becoming a mother." Behind the aces and titles was a woman often worn down by the weight of expectation. In interviews, she'd smile, then cry backstage. "Sometimes I just want to be Serena, the person, not Serena, the brand." She once said she felt too black, too strong, too loud for tennis. But it never stopped her. She didn't just play Wimbledon. She changed it. She forced the sport to widen its lens, to accept different bodies, styles, and voices. Her every win was a protest. Her every roar an anthem. In 2022, Serena made what was likely her final Wimbledon appearance. She lost in the first round, but when she walked off center court, the crowd didn't just clap. They stood, cheered, wept. "Thank you for fighting," a fan shouted. "I'm proud of everything I did here," she said, "even when I lost, especially when I lost." Because her story was never just about winning. It was about daring to dominate, daring to be different, daring to roar. There will be future champions. There may even be more Grand Slam titles. But there will never be another Serena. Because Serena didn't just rule Wimbledon, she remade it. For every little black girl, for every mother, for every underdog. Her roar still echoes across the lawns of center court. Not just a sound, a revolution. She stood where few dared to stand, at the top, alone, time and time again. Serena Williams wasn't just a champion. She was a cultural shift, a symbol of power, possibility, and pride. From center court to center stage in history, her Wimbledon legacy will echo forever. Thanks for watching Wimbledon, Legends of the Lawn on Sports Zone. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your favorite Serena moment in the comments below. And get ready, because next in the series, we take you into the mind of ice and the soul of rhythm as we unveil the legend of Bjorn Borg. See you on center court.